Today, I can tell you he's my best friend.
He always showed by example that you have to work hard for anything that you have in this world.
But I can tell you that he taught me the certain qualities that were important in life.
My father is obviously Michael J. Chitwood Sr. He is currently the police superintendent in Upper Darby, Pennsylvania. He's been in law enforcement longer than I've been alive. He's in his 45th year. I'm 44 years old. There's an 18-year, 19-year difference between us. So growing up, my father was on the football field with us, the baseball field, the basketball courts. I played with his friends as I grew up, and he played with my friends as I grew up. How many other police chiefs in America have the luxury that I have, where you could pick up the phone and talk to somebody who's been there, who's done that, and get their opinion? It's kind of like George Bush Sr. and George Bush 1 and Bush 2. I mean, who else can call their father as President of the United States and say, hey, what do you think about this, Dad? And get that kind of response.
My father was known as Buddy, and he was born and raised in New York City. He was the youngest of 6 children, and I remember very poignantly that he was sitting outside of Ponce Inlet City Hall on Election Day, and he was wearing his disabled American veteran's cap, because he was disabled, though nobody ever knew about it. And someone came up to him and said, "You think wearing that cap is going to get your daughter elected?" And my father stood up out of his chair and pointed a finger in this man's face and said, "Don't you talk about my daughter like that." First time I ever saw my father get angry. My father was a very mild, gentle man, but very protective of his family. So luckily for me, he saw that. I wish he had lived to see, and my mom also, had lived to see me be mayor of Port Orange, which they loved.
Well, my father's name was Edward Williams. He was born right here in this community in New Smyrna Beach several years ago. It's a special opportunity for me to really be able to kind of talk about who he was. I lost my father a little over 2 years ago, and at times like this, particularly Father's Day, is a tremendous opportunity to kind of really reflect on what he meant to me. I can remember several times, specifically when we moved to Jacksonville, Florida. Well, my father would actually spend 2 to 3 weeks on the road, and I can remember going to the railroad station with my mom and having a clean suitcase of clothes and handing him a suitcase and getting a suitcase of dirty clothes, and him just saying, "Son, my desire is really to be there with you and to see you doing the things that you do in sports and school, but just understand what I'm doing is extremely important and crucial for our family to be able to survive and have the things they need to do."
My father's name is Frank T. Bruno Sr., and of course I'm Frank T. Bruno Jr., and my father was an inspiration. I'll tell you, he was a very gentle man and a loving man. He loved his family. I think his legacy is his family, and he was always a hard worker, put us all through school, and we believed in Catholic school, and we all had a good Catholic education. And he worked hard all his life to bring up 7 kids, during very difficult times.
My father is Hendrick Philip Kibbe, Sr., and there are many words to describe my father, but one is anchor. He's no nonsense, doesn't engage in pity parties. He always breaks it to you with solid wisdom. He has a sense of humor, but how exciting it is to sit with him and through his humor to understand what life is really about. Throughout my life, I've had some challenges through a child who was very ill. And my father came to check on me and sat with me and encouraged me to continue with my dreams and visions and not to let obstacles overtake me. And it was the wisdom of my father during the most critical times in my life, as I look back, which really gave me a start to move in new directions with hope in spite of all of the challenges.